Hey, what's up everyone? It's Maxwell, and I've been wanting to do this video for a while. A complete tour of my YouTube studio that's behind my house. Do me a favor before we get started with this tour. If you're not a subscriber of this YouTube channel, please do me a favor, subscribe. It's gonna cost you nothing. And don't forget to smash the like button because it costs absolutely nothing and it encourages me to keep going. And plus I want you to see all the new videos every time I drop them. But let's go take a look, come on. All right, so welcome inside my YouTube studio, which is right behind my house. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the building. So this is a 30 by 60 metal building that I had put up when we were building the house. And the most expensive thing in this entire place is the concrete because we had to pour extra concrete just for the leveling. But other than that, it actually wasn't that bad to get this entire YouTube studio built, but it was a part of my initial budget to build a house. But as you can see over here, you got the photo wall, where you take photos for YouTube thumbnails, or you take daily photos, or you just need to update your headshots or whatever it is, we do it right here on this wall. We got about 3 different backdrops and we can add like a 4th if we really wanted to. I don't use it that much. I should use it more. I actually tried a challenge where I wanted to do a photo every single day. Didn't work out. Some days I just didn't feel it. As you can see behind me is my barber chair. For a long time, I used to go to the barber shop, and I haven't been to the barber shop in probably four years now. And what it is it's easier for the barber to come to my house and cut my hair. That way I'm back in and out right to work. And most of the time I'm getting cut 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. Gotta stay sharp because that's what we do. We're on camera all the time. So my barber's actually gifted me this chair when I built this house. Shout out to my guy Junior and Nadi over there at Dead End Cuts. And I wanted a nice big mirror. We put it out like an old antique mirror. We got the ring lights to be able to get the ultimate crispiness, right? So they got to be able to see. And then we have all my own barber equipment, which I just said, hey, what should I get? And they sent me links and I got everything ordered. I also got a face steamer. So while I'm getting my haircut, this face steamer, I lay back, get the steam. They take care of my face so I can try to live longer. You also got a warm towel in there. That way put the warm towel on your face also. And then, you know, I have one of those smart boards, but for some reason, I just sometimes still like writing on an actual board. I do love the smart board, but when I get down and dirty and I'm doing something new and I'm building something new, I really love just writing on a regular dry erase board. Let's walk over here to this rack. So I've seen so many different versions of how to store your equipment. I actually got this from another YouTuber. I seen it, I was like, this is exactly what I want, and I copied it. But as you can see, these are just your regular, I think it's a Husky storage shelf. And I'll put links to all this in the bio. Sorry, not in the bio, but in the description. And so this is a Husky shelf. And all we did was we went out and we bought some plywood here and we cut it. I cut it to the exact mark and I just stained it so that we have one solid shelf and then we have all the other wire shelves. And behind here, we just put pegboard. We backed it up with 2x4s and then we put in a light. Pretty simple. And the light switch is right here, so I can turn it on and off, but most of the time we keep it on. And then we string LED lights at the bottom of that just to kind of give it a good look. But then we put in peg holes where we can hold a microphone. This is a boom mic, pretty nice boom mic that you can use when you're on location, or sometimes you use it inside the studio. But it just helps you keep organized with everything. You see some shelves, which is really not that organized right now, but you can see it in the raw things. We have extra cables. We have some light boxes, some travel bags, because our team does travel a lot, so we use a bunch of cases here, Pelican type cases. More storage. Then you can see where we have some of our cameras that are out. I'm a Sony guy. I love Sony. A lot of people don't know I'm actually a tech nerd. So most of the stuff people think, wait, where's your guy doing this? Where's your guy doing this? Listen, I do have a team now that we've grown so big, but before I used to do all this stuff myself. So I'm really in love with the Sony FX3 models. I love these, they're good on the road. It's a cinema camera. I still do have some Sony A7S IIIs, even though I'm probably gonna get rid of these and get a bunch more of these. So I think we have 3 or 4, but we're kind of packed up for a trip right now. Plus Tony is using one for this video right now. And then this is our Magic, the 7R, which is good for photos. And then we only take this out when we do photos. Also, everything that we have is labeled, serialized, and has a depreciation. We do that because of taxes. Everything has a shelf life. So when we buy it, we serialize it, and then it's automatically depreciated. And I think we just use, I forget the name of the company, but it comes with the free software. Everything is serialized. So when we check it out for a project, when we go places, This is checked out in the system. But other than that, we love Sony. This is your go-to lens. Everybody has this lens. It's the 24-70 Sony G Master. And G Master, the difference between G Master and a non-G Master, there's just a big difference. But I love Sony, you can tell. Ton of batteries. You have a charge section, neat charge section. Then you have clean cards and cards that need to be dumped. And that's just the memory cards. Then you have a full charging station. This charging station stays here. It doesn't go with on the road. But we do have an actual section that comes with us on the road. Let's see here. Then you got more Pelican cases, right? So these are we're actually packed and ready to go on a trip. We're about to go on a 2-month-long trip. And this right here is where we're gonna start carrying some of this stuff. And then inside this system, in order to heat this metal building, what we did is this entire building was spray foam insulation to be able to give it a real tight seal. So whether it's hot or cool outside, we can maintain a temperature here, and we didn't have to spend a lot of money on heating and cooling. But we do have a mini split system in here that's on this side and the other side. And the other side is the gym, and we'll get to that in a second. But let's keep moving. We have here a 2 monitor setup with the new iMacs. These are Mac Minis. These Mac Minis with the M2 chips, powerful. All you need is a $1,300 unit. And this editor here, Tony, actually the one shooting this video, is a DaVinci guy. So as you can see, he has a full DaVinci keyboard, help him get in and out of cuts. He has some dope Yamaha speakers, which he can make it full setup. He's got everything he needs. And over here, very important, for a long time, I did not do, I'll show you the results of it, but I had a bunch of external hard drives. I hated them. So we ended up getting a NAS, a network area storage. And with that, we have 96 terabytes. And then we have a remote team. We have 6 employees that work remote in different countries, and they all jump into this NAS. And not only that, every computer in here is connected directly to the NAS in 10 gigabit speed, meaning they can edit to and from directly on this NAS, and everybody can share the same file storage, plus we can use it wherever we travel. Essentially, we have our own Google Drive. It's pretty dope. This station here, as you can see, has 2 TVs, just regular TVs, TLCs, nothing expensive. And then we have our ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. Now what this does is anytime we're doing a podcast or show here, we use this to get the different angle cuts, and it also has ISOs. Now one thing that I really don't like about this one, that they don't have a 4K version of this that is not $10,000. So the alternate to this is we actually also use directly into one of my computers, and we get to shoot in 4K when we want to have a more crisper, cleaner looking podcast or show or whatever we're doing. And then you got the famous Rode. This machine right here changed the entire podcast game. They are responsible for everyone having a podcast in America. Before then, it was too technical. And this little box here, this little DMX controller, controls the studio set. Let me take you to the studio set. It's right over here. Now, as you can see, we have a full studio set. This was designed by myself and my team, and then a company in Charlotte built this for us. Now, they had all this made. We went to Charlotte, we put it together. They made the backdrop and the desk. But let me tell you something that's real cool about this system. So these are Velcroed, and I didn't know this. These are Velcroed on, so that you can change the look of the set from season to season. So if you have like a TV network type thing, you can do season to season, you can change the entire thing. Pretty cool. Lights are controlled, the LED lights are controlled by this entire system. And so these change colors, whatever you want. This backdrop is translucent, we can change it. I can put my face there, but you can look at the lights and see we're changing them to whatever color we want. So different shows have different themes, have different feelings. And what's most important about any production that you're ever doing is lighting and sound, right? And we have that covered in the building. We had this entire thing spray foam, plus we had some panels and stuff like that to help with the sound bouncing all over the place. We're not 100% done. We're still working on some new panels, but this is awesome. This right here is amazing. This is translucent, which has a bounce box in the back, so I can change the colors to this to whatever I want, as you can see, for whatever show I want. This entire set was pretty expensive, but it was worth the investment. When I bring people to my show, the Maxwell show, or you see in the Endgame podcast, we all film in this room. But check this out. If you look above, you're gonna see track lighting. Track lighting is across this entire section of the room, which allows us to move lights wherever we need. And one of my most favorite lights right here is the aperture. I don't even know the model number, but this thing changes colors by tapping the app on the phone, and you can change it to whatever color you want. But we use it right now as a hair light, I'm pretty sure it is. You put in your hair light, just kind of separates you from the background. There's people that know more about that stuff than do. Then you have your common microphone. This is your Shure 7 SMB 7, something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. Every podcaster has one of these. It's a pretty good mic. I think at this point though, it's pretty nostalgic where you just have to have this microphone. It's not necessarily that much better than anything else, but that's why people have it. Then we have some extra key lights to wherever we use, and we actually got a custom set that we had a guy build for us so that we can have a move and roll around set. And this is my desk. This is where I do kind of my work, and also where I film some of my actual videos, my talking head videos, where I just hit record and go. Now, if you look behind me, this is pretty cool. So this is on wheels. This whole entire thing is on, so I can move this around the entire studio, and it's two-sided. Posh Panels actually sent us these right here to test it out. And so this is acoustically designed as well too. So not only does it look good, but it also helps with the sound of you recording. But what I like about this is I can move this around the entire studio, and then I have two sides to it. So I have two different colors. I have this one, which I think is like a natural walnut or something like that. It's pretty cool. It's just pretty cool. I'll put the link below so you can pick up a couple of pairs. Me and my wife actually put these in our bedroom. I don't think it's this color, but we put this in our bedroom as well. Amazing. And it makes a good accent wall. But if you have a studio, you can simply build just a moving wall, and you can change this in and out. And as it moves, you can decorate it with different plants, different things, different that, whatever you need. As you can see, this computer is custom built. At one point in time, about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I was like, you know what, I want to buy something to occupy some of my time, because I want to take some time off from doing recording. So I built this computer thinking I was going to do gaming. Absolutely not. It's turned into a studio rig where we record 4K directly into here and do stuff like that, but it's really overkill. I don't need it. If you have a studio and you don't have the storage setup that we just showed you over there, this is exactly what you need. This is also another Husky product. I promise you, Husky's not paying me, but they're making some good stuff. This is where we keep some things with the studio here. You can see, and this is what I was talking about before. This is all some of our microphone equipment. This is kind of some of our storage that we used to have. So this storage stuff is now we no longer need anything like this, 96 terabytes. And anything we do use, we use something like these G drives or the extreme, what is it, SanDisk when we're moving. Then constant power for a lot of our cameras. But this is essentially a good storage area because you just need it. I mean, if you're doing any type of studio work and you don't have the big storage, this is a must. You just pick these up at Home Depot, and I'll leave the link below. Let's check out the gym, which I need to go to more anyways. All right, so now we're inside the gym, and during the pandemic, we had bought a bunch of gym equipment, and we pulled it at our other studio, which I probably need to show you guys that studio as well. So if you look, you have the Stairmaster, which is the ultimate fat burning machine, period. And then you have your traditional treadmill. And then you have this Hydro, which is a row machine, video live streaming row machine. You can row pretty much anywhere in the world. And then my favorite machine in this entire complex right here, this entire building, is the Tonal. This Tonal, believe it or not, you guys are like, where are the weights? This is the weights. It's hard to outlift this thing. It is amazing. My wife loves this. Anybody that uses it, love it. This is your best trainer. This is your friend. If you don't have one, if you have the room to get one, you have the budget to get one, put this in your home gym. I promise you'll save space, but it also will train you pretty good. And then you just have some storage stuff. You may recognize these chairs. These chairs come in here when we're not using them. We're actually gonna build another building, attach it to this one so we can have some more space. But then behind there is we have a sensory deprivation tank. Probably can't see it because the chairs are in the way, but essentially it's a float tank, allowing you to float become weightless and just go to another world without actually going to another world. So this is pretty cool. This is the at-home studio right behind my house. I wanted to create something that was exciting and fun, but not only that, where I didn't really have to leave my property. We have 20 acres that we live on, and we just wanted something that we can jump in and out and be able to do stuff. So most of the time, I at least have like 1 or 2 of my staff members that work for me on Team Maxwell. They are here every day, Monday through Friday, and they work on stuff. And they manage a lot of the team that's remote, that also works on the brand content. But this is what we had to do. We had to get this type of stuff to be able to deliver videos to you. And this is what it takes. It takes quite a bit, but I wouldn't trade it in for anything. 50 feet from behind my house, I have a full-blown studio. One more thing before we go. This was a plaque that I got a while ago, surpassing 100,000 subs. I want to get to 500,000, but I can't do it without your help. So if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and please hit that subscribe button. Press the like button. And you know what? I may actually show you the other studio just as a bonus, just to wrap that up so you can kind of see the full spectrum of what we have at our disposal to be able to put out videos. But comment below. What did you like or hate, or what should I change? I'm always looking for tips because I'm always watching other people's studio videos to see what they have, so how I can incorporate it inside of my studio itself. So I would appreciate any comments you guys have. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.